friends and yogis. Today is day 23. I'm so happy to be here. We're on our 23 days of 30 for our Rejuvenation Yoga adventure with Nicole Spirit. I picked a card today. This is a card that I drew. This is a card that says good, and it says gourd, G-O-R-D, for the tragically hip. And it's in the flower of life pattern. So that's the card for today. That's our card for the throat center, Vishuddha Chakra. So thank you very much if you've been doing this series. That's amazing. If you're just dipping your toes in today, then I so appreciate it. And it's such a good class because it's all about expression. It's all about our throat center. So please take a moment. We're going to arrive in a nice seated, comfortable position to start our class. Today's a nice little short class and we're going to have lots of fun with it. So take your sitting bones and bring them back. Let's come into a nice tall seated position. Notice if you've got any slouching or if your posture is a little bit poopy-shan. We want to just engage. Bring yourself open, feel your heart open, feel your throat open, and know that this center of the body is representing your truth, your true name, your Sat Nam. So let's start by doing a little hand mudra meditation. It goes like this, Sa Ta Na Ma, and you press your thumb against the next 3 fingers while you press 4 fingers. How many fingers do we have? Sa Ta Na Ma, while you press the thumbs against each of the fingers. Sa Ta Na Ma. And that's Sat Nam broken up. Sat Nam meaning truth is my name. So see if you can follow along a nice breathing pattern, just gently touching the tip of your thumb to the tips of the fingers. The thumb to the tips of the fingers. Sa Ta Na Ma. Birth, death, infinity, rebirth. Sa Ta Na Ma. Sa Ta Na Ma, Sa Ta Na Ma, Sa Ta Na Ma. You can say it too and notice your voice today. Notice how it's projecting. Notice that the blue throat chakra is denoted in the fairy world as a blue glowing energy. There's actually a fairy card called Arval Parrot. And Arval Parrot is all about how we communicate through the throat center. Last round, Sa Ta Na Ma. And they say that this beautiful throat chakra glows blue as we communicate. So let's come off of our seat from Sukhasana and we're just gonna sit in a nice tall spine for a moment. Our Danda, our spinal column, is reaching up to the sky, and we're just going to engage that powerhouse energy. I'm wearing my Tragically Hip shirt. That card that I showed earlier was to honor Gord Downie from the Tragically Hip, a most famous Canadian band. And if you're familiar, you'll have a very good feeling when you think about the band or even the name Gord Downie. Thank you so much for arriving. Let's gently float our way down to the mat. Notice our core. And then once we arrive, let's just spend a couple of moments feeling what's happening as we're lying down on the ground. Let's just take our head from side to side, the right ear to the floor, and then gently the left ear towards the floor, and just opening up the back of the neck really gently and smoothly. Another thing you can do here that feels super good is bring your feet into bound angle, so we'll do that. And then to open up the chest and the throat and the shoulder area, let's make our arms into the goal post arms. So bent at the elbow and just gently opening up through the chest and pressing the arms down into the ground. Let's take a couple breaths here. Lift your chin a little bit and then gently push it back down towards your chest. Good. And just notice how you're feeling today. I have a confession that I had to refilm this class, day 23, because when I went to go load it last night, it wasn't there. There were only 18 minutes of it and then it cut off. So that's my goal, make this class about 18-20 minutes. Good, relax your arms, bring your knees back up. And we're going to do the corkscrew today. So I always kind of giggle about the corkscrew, that once you put the cork out of the bottle, that sometimes you have to put it back in. So let's bring the legs up. You're going to engage your core area, your powerhouse, your 78,000 nerves, and you're going to gently press the arms down into the ground, even bring them right up against your sides, and then we're going to circle both legs around. So this is similar to the one leg circle, except of course we're using both. Your knees are a little bit bent, and if you're feeling really vigorous in your core, you make your circle bigger. Your knees are a bit more straight. Watch that your chin stays down. And if you're feeling a little more chill, then make the circle smaller and just knees really bent. Let's do last circle around for corkscrew, and then we go the other way. So pause, ground, root into the floor, point through the toes, dip your chin down, and start to go the other way. Keep going with the breath. Maybe you've got a smile. Contract those 78,000 nerves and the bundle of nerves called the brain of the belly, in the middle of the core area, your powerhouse area. Give your plants a little, hey, how are ya? Last 2 circles. Good. Corkscrew, nice core engager there. Good, we're going to gently drop the feet down. We're going to lower the feet to the floor. And we're going to roll onto our side and then push the ground away. So you guessed it. If I had to refilm day 23, that means puppy Finn is bigger. Puka's about the same size. So take a moment, let's come around onto all fours. And today we're going to try a couple of nice little lunges with a nice side, beautiful twist in there. So get yourself situated, hands under your shoulders, knees under the hips. We're in our cat-cow position. In this place, we're in flat back. We're going to look forwards up between our hands, and we're going to walk and step our right foot forward. So take a deep breath, bring your right foot forwards, and hang out here for a couple of moments. Then we're going to see if we want to explore our lunge. So if it's available, curl the toes and bring that back left knee up. See how that feels. Open up your chest. Smile, soften your face. Good. And then we're going to lower that knee back down. Then we're going to think about doing a nice spinal twist. So take your left elbow and bring it to the outside of your right knee. Then you're going to stack your right hand on top. And again, just come into this nice spinal twist here, looking up and over a little bit over your right shoulder. If you're feeling like you want to try what this might look like in a lunge, take a moment, nice strong core, and lift off of that back knee. If that's way too much, just hang out here. One more breath. Awesome. And then we're gently going to lower back to the floor. Let's pick up our right knee, bring it back behind us. Look forwards with the breath. Nice inhale, then left foot steps forward. Good, so see how this feels for you. This could be your lunge today. You're like, yeah, I'm good here. And then we can think about maybe coming into our twist. So see what that lunge feels like. Then take a moment, nice inhale breath. And then pick up your chest, take your right elbow and place it on the outside of that knee. The left knee. Stack your hands, see how that feels. Another option is to make a fist and just hold it. I like the prayer hands. And then this feels really good. You lift off of that back knee on the right side, looking over your left shoulder just a little bit. Core is engaged, feel that fire in the belly. Good, and then we're going to gently release the hands back down. Wherever your knee is, bring it back down to the floor. Excellent. And then we're going to bring both knees back. So while we're here, this is a great place to try Ustrasana, camel pose. So take a moment, adjust everything, make sure you're feeling good. Make sure you've got enough padding under your knees. And camel pose is great because it opens up your neck and throat a lot. And it helps create a vulnerability in your neck area so that you can, in fact, project with kindness and patience and wisdom, and we learn to respond rather than react. All right, so take your hands at your low back, and maybe you're just gonna give your kidneys a nice little smoosh and love today. The kidneys store fear, but they also store vitality, so we just gently remove any anxiety. Find your vital chi from your kidneys, and then we're gonna think about walking the hands back. So curl the toes if that's comfortable. Take a moment, bring your whole upper body back a little bit, and then use your hands to navigate how far you're gonna walk down. Maybe you just drive underneath your bum. Maybe your hands go all the way to the ankles. Try not to lean back when you do this. Keep the thighs in that upright position. And again, maybe you just adjust appropriately for today. Notice if you're trying to talk here that it's a bit awkward. One more breath. Opening up Vishuddha Chakra, the beautiful neck and throat center, which resonates with the color blue. And my beautiful friend sings a song, "We Don't See the Same Color Blue." That's a really cool song. All right, when you come back, give yourself a nice little rub. We're gonna release now, coming into child's pose. So start in a nice tall Vajrasana, hero or thunderbolt. Find that core and exhale as you come down and lowering yourself into a nice little child's pose. You can cross the arms, stack the fists, take any little variation that feels good for you. Good. And another thing you can do to open up your neck and throat chakra, as weird as it sounds, is sing your own name. Your name is angelic. It has a very high vibration, and it's part of who you are. So if you sing your own name, you can sing it to a song that you like or make up your own song. It actually raises your frequency or vibration. You know how we're going through all this stuff, how to raise your vibration. Good. So let's walk our hands gently back and then bring the upper body upright again. And then we're going to think about standing up today. That's a fun thing to think about doing. So take your feet underneath you. You can start in a squat for a moment. You can go from side to side, pivoting on the ball of your foot or feet, and then just really open up in that hip area. The hips relate to the shoulders, referral areas. So when we open up the hips, we also make space for the neck and throat. Good. While we're here, we're going to hang out for a couple breaths. If it's available, bring the hands up. If not, just keep your fingers down. And stick the tongue out of the mouth. We're going to do 3 lion's breaths. So inhale and exhale, stick the tongue out. If it's available, cross your eyes, look at your third eye. Looks pretty. One more, big lion's breath, let it out. Excellent, release. Start to bring the upper body back up. Bring your toes in parallel towards each other and roll the body slowly up to standing. Take your time. And we're going to go through the slow appreciation of the moon salutation series today. So let's start with just having the legs nice and wide open. So we're not going to do the full flow, but we're going to do little pieces of it, and this is my favorite part. So legs as wide apart as comfortable. This is our wide leg forward fold. Take a deep breath, exhale, lower yourself down, and figure out where you want to put your arms. They can be right in front of you. A variation I also really like is to basically have downward dog arms, so you reach them out really far. Pardon me, but your legs or your feet are super wide apart. Get your head below your heart. Let's hang out here for 2 more breaths. And then make a little adjustment if you want to stay with your arms forwards. If you want to bring your hands underneath the shoulders, see how you feel. Let the head just get bathed with that extra blood and endorphins and feel good energy. This is equivalent to an antidepressant 1 minute per day. There's a couple poses that are so good for that. Good, and then we're going to do spinal twist while we're here. Plant your right hand, take the left arm up and over. Good, and come into that nice twist. Feel how that sensation is, almost like you're sending your head away from your tail. You're getting a nice rinse of your spine. And then we're gently on an exhale going to lower that back arm. Most of your movements are going to be on an exhale breath, so see how that works for you. Inhale, float the arm up, and exhale as you come into the twist part. As you really navigate how you're going to feel really nice as you twist your spine so mindfully. One last breath here. Good. And then when you're ready, exhale and you release your right arm back to the floor. That should feel really, really good. So bend your knees now. Let's start to come up to standing. Excellent. Pardon me. And while we're here, let's think about doing a couple of really fun things that feel really, really good. So because I lost a tiny bit of track in where we were in the series, I tried to watch back what I filmed on day 23, and this is what I remember. I have my bracelet on of fluorite for psychic protection and love. I almost always wear it. So we're going to come back down, and today we're going to try the spider pose. I love the reminder of the spider energy that we can always cast off and weave our own new web. So, especially if anybody's limited us or anything that feels unsafe, we can think about creating a new story for ourselves, just like a spider would create a new web. So let's now bring the body forwards. We're going to prop up on the balls of the feet. Make sure you're comfortable, and that could be your pose today. If it's available, use your next exhale to lower down just a little bit more through the arms. And then even maybe perhaps cross your palms in front of you, cross your wrists, and come into Gyan Mudra. Thumb and index finger together on both hands. One more breath, let your head be below your heart. Good, and then we're going to release the heels, start to charge through the core, and lift the body back up to standing. This is a good time to point out the movie, the documentary, I Am Maris. And it's a beautiful reminder about challenges with eating disorders and just how yoga or some form of body movement can be so effective for combating stuff that happens in the mind to many, many people. Almost everybody, especially teenage girls, my goodness. So just taking the arms out to the sides, now we're going to have this really beautiful expression, opening up the neck and throat chakra. It's hard to talk about stuff like this, so I felt like it was a good idea to do that. We're going to turn the right toes out today. We're going to lean to the right, and we're going to come into triangle. Lower your right arm down, and left arm reaches up. Good. See how this feels for you? You can always be on a block or have your hand on your leg. And if you're looking up towards your hand, keep your chin tucked. You can look out to the side or down. One more breath, strong core. Feel this beautiful energy of your arms expanding, and then when we stand back up, the core engages. Nice and strong in the middle. Look out past your right extended arm, bend your right knee, and come into our warrior two, Virabhadrasana. Gentle reminder of warrior pose or hero pose, as it's also called, that a true warrior never needs to engage in battle. We just stay very strong. You use your mind, your wits for what you're doing. Last breath. Good. And then peaceful warrior. We're going to lift up that right arm. Pardon me. Exhale. Let yourself sink a little bit. Front knee. Make sure it's in a 90-degree angle. Your core is nice and fired up. You can look up at that top hand. Excellent. Then we're going to straighten again. Come back to your star pose. Right foot turns in. Excellent. And then we're going to turn out the left toes. So let's hang out here. If it's available, keep your arms up. If they get tired, bring them down. It's all good. And I got you. One way or the other, we're going to get through our 30-day series, even if we have to refilm 10 videos. No. Hopefully not. Okay, so we're first going to be triangle, so legs stay straight, lean over with that left arm, lower down with the core, all your chakras open up here, especially your neck and throat. Picture your favorite color blue, look down, oh, there's the duck. There's not really a duck here. But if I use these recordings, then no copyright will come back and say, that duck belongs to Quacky the Quackerson. One more breath, nice strong core. Maybe you're not even touching with that left hand. You've just got it Out in front of your foot, make sure you're not in lateral bend by reaching to the floor. Good, lift back up, nice strong arms. Whew, that was tough. And then we're gonna do our warrior two. Variation, palms face up this time. Look out to your left arm, big breath, inhale, and then exhale, bend that left knee. Good, one more moment here where you just kind of sink, find your space. Think about the limitless energy of blue. Think about music and expression, maybe playing an instrument, singing, dancing. One more breath, and then we're gonna come into peaceful hero. Lean forward with left arm, raise it up, gaze at your hand, and then that left hand falls by your side. Good, last breath here. Think about something you might play or listen to today, your favorite song, your favorite book. Maybe you read a passage. Maybe you give yourself a tarot card reading, oracle reading. Good, straighten your arms, lower down your arms, and then left foot comes into center. Wonderful. Let's make this a fun and easy practice. We'll just bring our feet together. We're gonna raise our arms up overhead, lateral bend to both sides. Start with the right. Remember, squeezing into the liver helps to release charisma and feel-good energy, more patience, more vitality. We release anger and frustration through liver and gallbladder. Then we go to the left and we squeeze into our stomach and spleen, releasing any feelings of worry or overdoing, taking on too many responsibilities. We replace with passion. It feels nice to stand up a little bit and then come back down. Maybe you hold your wrist. Good, and replacing with feelings like good recreation and good creation. Good, whatever we love doing, whatever we love building, creating, making, shifting into. Good, bring yourself down, maybe it's cooking, who knows, dancing, writing. So let's make our way to the floor, dog minding. If available, don't use those hands. We're gonna finish off in devotion pose on each side. So again, coming into that space where we're in is this kneeling position. You can have your knees underneath a double layer of mat. So, what am I doing? We're gonna lower the hands down first, pardon me. Bring your right foot forwards, look forwards. Take a deep breath, and then for devotion pose, we're gonna pick up the arms and do a nice back bend, coming right into the kidney area. And remember, the kidneys help to release vitality, good self-esteem, confidence, patience, and we release fear and anxiety. Good, last breath, no forcing. You might stand up slightly on the inhale. Exhale, maybe you come into the pose just a little bit deeper or a little bit more mindfully, or whatever is happening for you today. Good. And then we're going to release down. Notice that big opening in your neck and throat area. Let's finish off with that nice runner's lunge. We're going to straighten through the front leg. Keep your right knee straightening. Look up and then exhale to roll down. And if it's available or you need to, just bend the knee a little bit. That should feel really good to bend the knee. One more breath. Heart leads before anything else. Try not to just round or crash your forehead down to your leg. Good. Let's bring that right foot back now, quietly and gently. Look between your hands. Step, walk, jump your left foot forwards. And we're going to do devotion on this side. So take a moment, inhale, use your core, lift your arms up. And then on the exhale part, just a little back bend here, squeezing into the kidney area of the body. Our two little batteries of the body with the two little adrenal hats sitting on top. One more breath. Maybe stand up slightly or straighten. Good. Exhale. Come into that nice back bend. Awesome. And then we're going to lean forwards. Bring your arms back to the ground. Take a moment. Straighten through that knee. Flex the toes, and maybe you're up here. You can have two blocks here as a variation as well. And you can also bend the knee. Inhale, nice length in the spine. Exhale, bring your chest forwards first. Play with this a little bit. Maybe you just got a micro bend in the knee, or your knee is straight. On the exhale, we just give it that extra little bit of stretch, and then we're gonna come back, roll it forwards, bring your left knee behind you, and then we're gonna bring our feet out to the sides and roll down onto the mat. So awesome work today, guys. Let's sit with a nice tall spine. Find your nice danda, your spinal connection, and go past the top of your head. Go past the root and base of your spine. Then we're gonna find that imaginary tree that we get energy from whenever we need it. We just send that tree love. I have one in the park named Rosie after my first doggy, my first solo doggy. Good, and then take that time to just roll down mindfully, maybe partway through when you want to crash, you're like, oh, this is hard, this is hard, this is hard. And you breathe and you shake and you repair and you feel that amazing energy, and then you let yourself go. And then the body gives you a gift, gives you endorphins, and it gives you all kinds of magic energy to replace any challenge. So just now arriving in your Shavasana, let's be here for a couple moments. And we're going to use our best awareness to open and balance the throat chakra today. So take your hands and make your energy ball. You can use the feet as well. Smile, soften your face, smile through your body. Maybe you've tuned into your little Buddha nature already. Maybe you've gotten a glimpse today, or maybe you're like, I'm not peaceful yet, and it's okay. That's amazing. It was hard for me to admit that my video didn't work, and I'm like, I gotta tape another one. Oh well, everything's good. So make your feet go down. When your feet are done, gently release them, and then we're gonna make our energy ball. So gently floating your hands away from each other, and then bringing them back together. If it's available, just get your hands moving a little bit differently, maybe back and forth, side to side. Don't quite let your hands touch. And I really get such a good feeling from this one when I close my eyes and I use my visualization to sense or feel this energy ball. And for today's class, the most beautiful blue, iridescent, indigo, just gorgeous colors of blue, like light reflecting on water. Or perhaps there's a lake and the sun is just setting. And when we've got this energy, this feeling of the most beautiful blue healing energy ball, we start to gently bring it towards our neck and throat. So this is meant to be very healing. You don't want to necessarily put your hands right on your neck, but maybe you just hover. You can place your hands gently on your clavicles or your shoulder area, or anywhere that's kind of a nice feeling all around your neck and throat. And then for fun, you might even take your energy ball and just raise it up and down over the throat area. Just ask for healing. Ask for a beautiful sense of love and kindness into your throat chakra. This throat chakra, Vishuddha Chakra, it represents our ability to receive. It represents our truth, our true voice. It also represents releasing bad habits and addictions. So we think about the heart as the nurturing, the giving center, and then we think about the neck and the throat as the receiving center. And it almost seems a little counterintuitive because we think of the throat and we think about speaking and expressing as giving away. But really it's here to help us manage our language, here to manage our words, so that we can truthfully and kindly ask for our needs and what we truly request and what we need and want in life. So in some of the work of just the spiritual community of just understanding, everybody just understanding that the neck and throat is this most delicate and beautiful glowing blue throat center, extremely spiritual. And it's said to be after the bridge of the heart. It's said to be where the higher heart, where your unconditional love and your truth, your voice meet. So we always speak with unconditional love and kindness. And we remember the teachings of Arvel Parrott from the Brian Froud fairy books and fairy cards. that we never need to be brutally honest. We can be kind and we can speak our truth, but we always perhaps add a little comment of kindness at the beginning and end of any so-called constructive criticism or requests. So just gently sense or feel this blue energy, this beautiful softening of the neck and the throat. Perhaps you do a visualization where you are seeing or sensing a huge amount of water in front of you, as though you're sitting in front of the most beautiful water body. And I want you to visualize or imagine that you're holding a cup or a bowl or some sort of dish or something to collect water in your belly. And as you're looking out at this water, you can imagine that your vessel in your hands is collecting water for you. So what would that vessel look like? And I want you to be really happy and use your most brilliant visualization now of your abundance being represented by this water. So can you have a big, beautiful ceramic bowl? Or can you have some sort of vessel that's going to maintain quite a lot of extra energy, extra water for when you need that extra love and compassion? For when everyone around you is all dried out and maybe their words aren't hitting you in the right way. So finding that space where we know that we can learn to ask for what we need, we request with kindness and wisdom without reacting, and we also notice our defensiveness. And I'll be the first to admit that I can be one of the most defensive people on the planet. So I'm really taking this time to allow for healing and adjustment and this sense of kindness in the neck and throat. So take a couple more moments, notice what vessel you would be collecting water with, notice the energy of your neck and throat, and then we're just going to simply let our body be in Shavasana for the last couple of minutes. Sense or feel if you need anything different today. If you need your hands still around this area, doing some sweeping. In therapeutic touch, we always visualize a bird with feathers, and we imagine sweeping the feathers down, gently down. And that if our energy gets discordant or disrupted, it's almost like our feathers are in the wrong direction. So we're just gently sweeping and allowing for this smoothing over of our energy, our prana, our chi, our ki, our mana. And I always love the visualization of the bowl that we have collecting water. That's collecting our mana as well. That's collecting our manifestation. So visualize a big, beautiful vessel, no cracks, no breaks. And you can always improve or increase your intention with your visualization anytime. So finishing off now, visualizing the whole body, the whole aura, as though you are delicately on a floating device or in some sort of beautiful water. If you don't really like that, then be on the shore and just gaze at the water and the sunlight rippling off of the waves. And maybe there are a lot of waves or maybe not. And maybe you even visualize the most beautiful blue sky. Think about how limitless the sky is, how boundless your energy is, and how, just like the spider, we release our limitations. We make a new web. We create this beautiful language of using our own voice. We become more courageous. And if you need a beautiful song to listen to, try Courage by the Tragically Hip. To end off your practice, maybe you try the song Scared for later today. If you haven't heard them before, if you have heard them, you'll be like, yes, of course I want to listen to them. I'm going to go have a listen now. So we're going to take a couple moments to come out of Shavasana. Let's imagine that all of the chakras will balance the best energy for us while we sleep tonight. And in particular today, we're going to get some sort of healing for our neck and throat, Vishuddha Chakra. All right, let's roll on to the left side. Nothing like the throat clear, just to make sure we've done the right energy center. And then please make your way into your most comfortable seated position. So thank you for joining our class today. Thank you so much if you're participating in this series, the YouTube channel, Yoga with Nicole Spirit. I'll just mention it in this class. Feel free to subscribe or just follow along with a couple videos here and there, and know that from my heart to yours that this is my greatest gift that I could offer right now. Thank you for listening to my voice. Thank you for being part of our yoga together. And the Rejuvenation Yoga model is so perfect because it really allows for us to do anything we wish. So my wish for you is to feel beautiful healing and soothing in all of your energy centers, and in particular today, the throat center. So let's bow our head just a little bit now, nice tall spine, and we'll bring the hands together just a little bit above the sternum. So we're at the higher heart, where the heart and the throat meet. So we speak with wisdom and kindness. The light in you greatly honors and sees the light in me. Namaste. Take good care. We'll see you tomorrow.